And from the shadowy corridors of drug cartels, we now move to another pressing issue, migration. In February, illegal border crossings plummeted to potentially historic lows. And the U.S. Department of Homeland Security projected around 8,500 apprehensions by the month's end, in comparison to over 4,700 apprehensions daily this time last year. This staggering drop comes after President Donald Trump's renewed crackdown on immigration took hold. A sweeping asylum ban at the border, combined with surging military troops and strategic agreements with Mexico and Central American countries, has now reshaped the landscape.
I don't think it's necessary for migrants because migrants are people who are being displaced and don't come to commit crimes in Tijuana or the United States. The ones we should be going after are elsewhere, not at the border or in the shelters.
And now, even though the controversial decision to send some migrants to a holding camp at Guantanamo Bay has drawn outrage from human rights advocates, the steep decline in arrests signals the Trump administration's hardline tactics are having a profound impact, at least for now.
In my opinion, I feel that it is not correct because as Mexicans, as immigrants, we want to emigrate there. We will not do things the wrong way. We want to do them right. That is why we are asking Donald Trump to let us in legally, not illegally, because that would be wrong.
But the Trump administration's focus goes far beyond migrants. The fight against drug smuggling looms large, particularly the flow of fentanyl, a lethal poison claiming over 100,000 American lives last year alone. And the commander-in-chief has laid much of the blame on China, accusing the country of supplying the chemicals that fuel the opioid crisis. And in response, he's announced a sweeping tariff plan set to take effect on March 4th. And while goods from Canada and Mexico will face a 25% levy, Chinese imports will bear an additional 10% tax on top of the existing 25% rate.
I think you're going to see eventually you're going to see drugs stopping because the country should not be allowing those drugs to come into the United States of America, and we're not going to allow it to happen. So that goes on the 4th of March. And then on the 2nd of April, we have reciprocal tariffs. That's reciprocal, where we charge countries what they're charging us. And nobody should have a problem with that. We have reciprocal. It's reciprocity. It's something that I think everybody I've spoken to said that's fair, and it is.
And now, with rising tensions and mounting legal challenges, including a lawsuit from the American Civil Liberties Union against the asylum ban, the border remains a fragile battleground. Yet as the numbers fall and the tariffs rise, one question lingers. Is this the dawn of a new era, or security merely the calm before the next storm?
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.